Taqialdin built an observatory in Istanbul for the Ottoman Sultan Murad III, and used European celestial and terrestrial globes to observe the Great Comet of 1577. He also prepared a work titled The Tree of Ultimate Knowledge for the Sultan. Taqialdin wrote numerous books on astronomy, mathematics, mechanics, and theology, and created astronomical clocks for his observatory. He also worked on and proved the law of reflection observationally. Taqialdin was born in Damascus in 1526 and studied in Cairo and Damascus. He became a chief astronomer to the Sultan in 1571 and traveled to Egypt and Damascus to create work in astronomy and mathematics. He also maintained a strong bond with the people from the ulama and statesmen. He suggested that a new observatory should be created in Istanbul to make observations easier and that a library should be created to hold books on astronomy and mathematics. The main purpose behind the observatory was to cater to the needs of the astronomers and provide a library and workshop so they could design and produce instruments. It was destroyed in 1580 due to political problems. Despite Taqialdin's originality, his influence seemed to be limited. One of his works and a piece of a library that he owned reached Western Europe pretty quickly due to the manuscript collecting efforts of Jacob Golius. Taqialdin was both the founder and director of the Constantinople Observatory, which is also known as the Istanbul Observatory. This observatory is often said to be one of Taqialdin's most important contributions to 16th-century Islamic and Ottoman astronomy. He was able to use the private library of the Grand Vizier of the time, Semiz Ali Pasha, and the Galata Tower to continue his research on observations of the heavens while in Egypt. Taqialdin used a variety of instruments to aid in his work at the observatory, including an automatic mechanical clock, a mural quadrant, a ruler quadrant, an astrolabe, and a musabbaha by Manak. Before the 16th century, mechanical clocks were not in high demand in Europe. Instead, people used hourglasses, water clocks, and sundials. Around 1547, the Ottomans started creating a high demand for clocks, and European clockmakers began to create clocks for the Ottoman people. Taqialdin was asked by the Grand Vizier to create a clock that would show exactly when the call to prayer was, and he wrote his first book on the construction of mechanical clocks in 1563 AD. Taqialdin examined three types of clocks in the Grand Vizier's treasury, including a weight-driven, spring-driven, and driven by lever escapement clock. He also created a mechanical astronomical clock. Taqialdin described a self-rotating spit in 1551 that is important in the history of the steam turbine. Al-Din also described four water-raising machines that predate many of the more modern engines. Taqialdin is accredited as the author of several important works in astronomy, including Sidrat Muntar al-Afkrf Malakt al-Falak al-Dora, Jardat al-Dura wa Qardat al-Fakar, and Dustar al-Taj li Qor-id al-Taz. Taqialdin wrote two books on mechanics, one on mechanical automatic clocks and the other on the geometrical mechanical structure of clocks.